is the second part of my presentation on Eamon Duffy's stripping of the altars. As I noted in the previous part of my presentation on the podcast, Duffy presents the Reformation as destructive and argues that it erased religious observances that were flourishing and vital in England in the 1530s, observances which were not only understood but also loved by the great majority of the English. These observances included the sacraments and ceremonies of the liturgical year, the focal point of the altar and the mystery of the Eucharist that took place there, the reverence of saints and belief in their ability to intercede, service in church guilds and Corpus Christi societies, processions, images in all manner of medium, books of instruction and devotion, and underpin it all a sophisticated understanding of death, purgatory, and redemption. One thing that was striking for me, as someone who studies Anglo-Saxon piety from 500 years previous, is that the scholars have similarly dismissed a whole range of expression of traditional piety as superstitious or magical. Duffy demonstrates that this scholarly misunderstanding dilutes the importance of these practices, which are often linked to very orthodox church practices such as the liturgical year, or with the apotropaic usage of holy objects such as bread, water, and candles. Not only have scholars dismissed how intrinsically such practices are integrated into traditional religion, but a gross assumption has been made that they were pertinent only to simple folk. And this is belied by the presence of the Charlemagne prayer, for example, which uses a list of holy names as protection against the devil and danger, which appears in a book of hours belonging to someone who was definitely not simple and far from being illiterate or ill-informed, Lady Margaret Beaufort. Duffy therefore argues that there was no distinct split between elite and popular religion in the late medieval period, but rather a great deal of social homogeneity and a strong sense of community and parochial commitment. Duffy uses an extensive array of primary written sources, including parish and guild records, primers, wills, and church wardens' accounts, as well as material and visual evidence, including the paintings, carvings, and stained glass of the churches from which the faithful often learned the fundamentals of their faith. And it is to these images I will turn in the next section of my presentation, using the medium of the narrated PowerPoint.